Hello? On dangerous roads, monster trucks like steel monsters are moving quietly. With a huge volume of cargo, each trip is an uncompromising battle with gravity and drivers overcome the tough challenges that nature offers. It's so unbrain. Can the drive believable? The giant boat was like a monster. Sea waves up to tens of meters high continuously hit the side of the ship, causing the giant ship to tilt like a leaf. The sea wind howled, carrying torrential rain. The crew clung tightly to fixed objects, their faces pale with fear. The alarm system lights flash red, signaling a dangerous situation. If we don't escape this storm soon, the ship could sink at any time. Do you know that the iron horse soaking in this mud has helped me a lot? The Ho-Oh 3-axle truck, weighing nearly 40 tons, was stuck deep in the mud. All four wheels sank deep into the thick mud, causing the car to feel like it was being swallowed. A giant crane was dispatched to the scene to rescue. The long crane arm, with a lifting capacity of hundreds of tons, slowly lowered and hooked onto the car body. The engine roared, the iron chain screeched, but the truck remained motionless. Mud splashed, forming columns of water that shot up high. Every time the crane pulls, the car shakes violently, at risk of overturning. Sweat dripped from the workers' foreheads as they worked tirelessly to rescue the truck from this deadly mud puddle. Oh dear, so today's cart is completely empty. The massive container truck rushed up the slippery slope. Boom. The Suzuki RMZ 450 off-road racing car with a 450cc engine roared like a monster, rushing straight into a road full of potholes. The front wheel suddenly lost grip. The car seemed to be thrown into the sky, hovered in the air for a moment, and then landed on the ground with a strong impact. Dust flew up, obscuring the audience's vision. The driver tightened his grip on the steering wheel, his body tilting with every movement of the car. On muddy roads, the car seems to be struggling with itself. Every jump, every collision is a challenge for both humans and machines. Wow. It was so huge the giant ship was like an iron and steel monster struggling in the middle of a fierce sea. The rolling tsunami hit the side of the ship, causing it to wobble horribly, swaying as if it were about to break in half. The storm arose, the rain poured down. Visibility was almost zero. The sound of the wind howling and the sound of waves hitting the side of the ship like thunder made everyone panic. White sea foam flooded the deck, up to the ankles. The crew clung tightly to the side of the ship, their faces pale, their limbs shaking, and despair filled them. The ship was like a wounded animal, screaming in the middle of the sea. Every second that passed felt like a year. The rugged 4x4 vehicle slowly sank deep into the white snow. Snow fell heavily, covering the windshield, limiting the driver's visibility. The wheels spun wildly, but the car remained motionless. The sound of the engine wheezed weakly and then stopped, leaving only the howling wind outside and the rustling sound of falling snow. The bitter cold made the driver huddle in his thick coat. He tried to restart the engine, but to no avail. The car was like a frozen animal. A feeling of fear and despair overwhelmed him. Can he escape from here safely? A thunderous explosion shook the sky. The Suzuki RMZ 450 off-road racing bike with its 450cc engine roared like a beast, charging straight into the pothole-ridden track. Every time a wave hits, it shakes violently. The wooden planks crack and crackle. The sea wind howled, carrying cold raindrops, hitting people's faces like sharp knives. Seawater flooded the deck up to my ankles. The sailor clung tightly to the side of the boat, his face pale with fear. This fierce storm was so terrible, it threatened to sink the boat at any time. Oh my God, the truck weighing dozens of tons was like an iron and steel monster stuck halfway up the slope. The wheels were spinning blindly, rocks and soil were scattered, but the vehicle was still motionless. The 50-ton crane was able to handle it. Mobilized to rescue, the long crane stretched out. The iron chain tightened on the car's body. The engine roared. The crane leaned forward, little by little pulling the car up, my arms and legs pounding. Feeling weak, the workers strained their eyes to watch every movement of the car. The slope was too high. The soil was loose. The car seemed like it was about to fall off the crane at any moment. The consequences will be unpredictable. If you think he is brave, please comment number 1. The front wheel suddenly lost traction, and the bike was catapulted into the air, hovering for a split second before crashing down with a powerful impact. Dust billowed up, obscuring the spectator's view. The rider gripped the handlebars tightly, his body leaning into every movement of the bike. On the muddy sections, the bike seemed to be battling with itself. Each jump, every impact, was a challenge for both man and machine. The sound of iron and steel colliding with each other. The giant excavator opened its iron jaws and grabbed a piece of the old wall of the abandoned house. The whole area was shaken by the fierce roar of engines. The house, already seriously degraded, now tilts even more under the power of the excavator. Peeling plaster reveals rusty, rickety iron bars. Oh my. If the house accidentally collapsed, the giant excavator would be buried in the rubble. Fortunately, the excavator operator was very careful and moved the machine to a safer location. However, danger is always lurking. With just a small mistake, disaster can strike at any time. If you find them interesting, please like and share the video below the screen. The way the car operates is extremely powerful. The off-road vehicle roared, rushing into the trail full of sharp pebbles. The wheel grinded against sharp rocks, sending out small sparks. Each impact causes the whole car to shake violently. The driver tightened his grip on the steering wheel, sweat beading on his forehead. The steep slope ahead seemed like an insurmountable challenge, but with a strong will, he was determined to conquer it. Finally, after a while of struggling, the car managed to overcome that difficult road, leaving behind deep ruts and clouds of dust. I'm really scared of the fancy Honda Civic Type R, with its powerful 2.0-liter VTEC turbo engine rushing down the highway. Thick black smoke from the custom spare exhaust pipe spewed out, obscuring the vision of both the driver and other vehicles. The sound of the engine roaring like a monster, mixed with the sound of tires rubbing, creates a dramatic symphony. With each acceleration, the car tilted forward, making viewers' hearts skip a beat. The driver, with his face red from excitement and adrenaline, tightened his hands on the steering wheel, eyes glued to the road ahead. At speeds over 200 kilometers per hour, any small mistake can lead to serious consequences, not only for yourself but also for those around you. The way the boat operates is so cool. But no, today, the container ship MV Dai Duong, weighing nearly 50,000 tons, is struggling to cope with a fierce storm in the East Sea. Suddenly, a sharp turn appeared. The driver quickly steered, but the car still lost control and slid on the road. Oh no! The rear tire slipped and the container tilted to one side. The car's brakes screeched miserably, but could not stop the downward momentum. The whole car was like a giant monster, staggering and suddenly overturning into the abyss. Thick smoke and dust covered the scene. Luckily, no one was injured in this accident. However, the image of the overturned container truck halfway up the pass still haunts witnesses. Monster trucks with extraordinary power have conquered many viewers' hearts. However, behind those spectacular performances are the tireless efforts of engineers, technicians, and especially the talent of drivers. Thank you for watching our videos. Hope you have had fun and relaxing moments. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to support the channel,